Women's Soccer on CardsTV, Karen Ferguson-Dayes. I'm Sean Moth. Thank you so much. Happy holidays this week. And I mean, what an amazing run. It continues. You guys go to Memphis for the next round of the NCAAs after your win over Dayton. And we talked how formidable they were. They hadn't lost all year. Their RPI was 5. I think their ranking was 4. And you guys come away with the 2-0 victory. And I think people that were impressed with your year, as they were all year long, maybe raised another eyebrow a little bit and said, wow, this team is really legit, and that got you to the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I mean, it was a crazy game, to be honest with you. And at that level, again, no, you push and the other team pushes back. Nobody ever folds, you know. So we knew that was going to happen. I think from the opening whistle, we really pushed and had an opportunity, in all honesty, to have 2 goals, to score 2 goals in the early 15 minutes. And then things kind of settled down, and the play went back and forth. I think the first half overall, we kind of dominated. But the second half, in all honesty, was really all Memphis. We were fortunate to have a 1-goal lead at that point, and then to get the second goal for Zaki, to get that second goal, her first collegiate goal, really gave us a lot of breathing room. And in all honesty, I think Memphis hasn't had to come from behind like that, so I think it's a difficult position to be in. And again, the losses that we've suffered earlier in the year have taught us the value in some of the things that we knew we would see come postseason time. So 4 freshmen getting the stats, you know, on the stat sheets for that game, and I think Jennifer Jones said to me after the game, our freshmen learned very well.
Excellent. You love the leaders making those observations. Right. Let's go to Kim Sherrow's goal. I mean, it was, I think if you watch the replay, you kind of attributed it to be a mistake, but at the same light, she was pressing forward, and sometimes you force the team to make mistakes.
Absolutely, no question. I think you continue to pursue that. The keeper was very aggressive coming off of her line, and she did a good job. I think she misjudged the ball, and she might have misjudged the ball because she took her eye off of it and took a look at Kimmy, and it bounces over her head, and Kimmy's able to score the goal. So make no mistake about it, that's absolutely a great hustle goal, and she earns the right to get that goal for us, no question about it.
And then almost the other side of it was Zakia's goal. I mean, this is one where, had this been a televised game, say in the Big East Championship, we might have been in the top 10 plays on ESPN. I mean, she came flying in with the diving header. There's nothing more exciting than that.
Yeah, she was a missile. She got shot out of a cannon for sure. And the irony in it is Casey Whitfield has the ball about 3 yards off the end line, and Kyle and I are both saying, I'm saying, Casey, get us a corner. Casey, get us a corner. And Kyle's going, let it go, because we are winning by 1. And in typical freshman fashion, she wants to keep it alive, and she turns and she serves it only to score a goal. So we'll make sure that they understand that we're managing the game at that point, not necessarily looking to score a goal, but when it turns out to get you the goal, obviously it's worthy of celebration.
Maybe one of those, no, yes.
Right, that's exactly what it was. And we were in that situation last year with Angelica at the UK game, so for sure they'll learn their lesson, but certainly it was a nice second goal.
I think what impressed me with this team too is once you got into that Sweet 16, even though I wasn't down there, it never felt like to me that anything this team did surprised them or allowed them to rest on their laurels. Like they didn't go home from that Memphis game and say, we're in the Sweet 16. What a great season. It was, we've got to play Florida State.
Absolutely. We were business every single game we played. We were loose. We were confident. I mean, I never felt any tension. I never felt like we don't belong here. It was always, we've got another game and we've got to win it. So very, very business-like approach to us. Great mentality. Just great team chemistry.
And the Florida State loss, 2-0 loss, certainly no shame in that. One of the top-seeded teams, a traditional power that's been in the College Cup a number of times. You know, what was the emotion of the team like after that game? Because clearly there's going to be some disappointment, but at that point, did they allow themselves to realize, man, this was a great year?
Yeah, I think so. It took a little while for that to, absorb. But I think that the game, the first half was so bad, probably our worst half of soccer. So for me, I said to them at halftime, if this is going to be our last game, so be it. But let's fight. Let's absolutely fight. And we did that. The second half, we were much better. We pressed them a little bit more. We went after the game. And in all fairness to Florida State, they're a very good team, but they play a very different style. They are very committed to keeping possession of the ball and moving it left and right and not really looking to penetrate. They're looking to capitalize on mistakes that you're going to make, and they're patient. And I told our players it's really a battle of who becomes more impatient first. And we turned them over a couple of times in the first half, but had no urgency to go forward. And kind of the way they were playing, then when we won the ball, we were playing, and that's not our style. So it was a very difficult first half for us. Again, the second half, we turned things around. So I think because we salvaged the game with the second half, that they were able to, put in perspective that at some point we were going to lose. 321 teams lose. So I think it took a long bus ride back for them to really understand it, but what an amazing, amazing year we had.
Yeah, and that's what I was just going to cap. A Big East regular season title, runner-up in the championship. We have Coach of the Year here, a first ever hosting of an NCAA match, a win of that match, obviously, the first ever win, and then a Sweet 16 berth. You had a little bit of time to look back, but what do you think of when you look back on this season? I know you had such a great balance of star players like Christine Exeter and kind of unsung heroes like Chloe Kiefer, and the great leadership of some of your seniors.
It's that all three combined together. There's no question. You need a great goal scorer, you need a great goalkeeper, and we have that in Chloe Kiefer, we have that in Christine Exeter. But what made this team get to the ranks of a Sweet 16 was everything in the middle.
Yeah.
Special group. I mean, I've said this since I first got here. You surround yourself with great people and great things will happen, and that's absolutely what happened today.
Sure.
Every single one of us was on the same page. We had a common goal. We were selfless. We put our team before ourselves, and that's what put us in the position to do what we did this year.
We have had an opportunity extensively to talk about the seniors that are departing, and we certainly wish them the best. The irony of college athletics is once the season's over, you kind of turn that page and you look forward, and with all due respect to those kids, there's a lot to be excited about.
Yeah, no, and they're great kids. We're going to miss them. I think probably the biggest thing that I'll miss is that I don't have an opportunity to train them again. The group as we know it.
Yeah.
No, I'll get a chance to train them come February
Sure.
again, no big deal, but it won't have Jennifer Jones, it won't have Kaitie McDonald, it won't have Cassie Young, and Jennifer and Kaitie specifically, and no disrespect to Cassie,
Sure.
she's just been with us for 4 months.
Yeah.
They've been with us for 4 years. Have really shaped the culture and the chemistry of this team, and they're going to be missed. They're special kids. Jennifer graduates here in like 14 days, and then Kaitie Mac's going on to do speech therapy, so she'll have herself, her hands full also with a new job, and certainly Caitlin Beck is a senior as well. Although she didn't get to play this year because of her medical situation, she was instrumental in our success, and one of the greatest teammates I think this team will ever have. Completely selfless, was cheering as loud as anyone could ever imagine, and always truly wanted her teammates to do very, very well. And she's taught our bench how to be reserve players. She's taught our bench how to be positive members of the program, so she without doubt will be missed as well. It won't be long before they miss it, because it flies. It absolutely flies. Your career always is something that you look back on, and for them to walk away at the time they're walking away right now is fantastic.
So not only do they get ice cream, but they might even get a little hardware out of this eventually. I don't know. We'll have to see what the coaching staff decides, but congratulations on a phenomenal year, Karen. We'll talk to you again in the spring as the Cards get back into training and see how things are going. Until then, we want to thank you for all of your time, congratulate Coach Karen Ferguson-Dayes and the team on a great year, and we look forward to talking to you in the spring.
Thanks, Sean.
For Karen Ferguson-Dayes, I'm Sean Moth. We will talk to you then on Cards TV.